And what medals did you obviously won the Purple Heart for being shot. What other medals did you have?
Bronze Star, and our division for the Battle of the Bulge was given a Presidential Unit Citation, which was a unit, but we're allowed to wear that as a member of that unit that got the citation. And I have the European Theater with 4 campaign battle stars. I missed Normandy. There were 5 actual campaigns in Europe. And
this might seem like a silly question, but for those who were never in the Second World War, there's been any number of movies. I guess you've watched them over the years.
Well, I wish it was as easy as they did it, because
I was going to ask, what's your reaction as one who actually went through what's being depicted?
Well,
do any of these movies present any kind of reality from what you knew?
It's much more brutal than that. And when you see people get blown to pieces, and when they are hit and close to you, and part of their body parts are on your clothing, they won't show that on the movies.
Tammy Duckworth, who heads the Veterans Department here in the state of Illinois, and herself is a wounded veteran from Iraq, was talking about the need for psychological counseling, and some fellows, even from the World War II era, are coming up now with post-traumatic stress syndrome and all. How does one deal with the stress of combat over the years? Are you able to put it behind you?
Well, you try. A lot of time, when I complained that I couldn't sleep, they told me to take sleeping pills. And I talked to my doctor, and he said, well, no, I had low blood pressure, and in fact, it got down so low that I was out at the Southtown Theater in Springfield here and collapsed on the aisle, and when I came to, I went to my doctor, and he gave me iron shots for 3 years to get my blood pressure up. But they would do nothing. They called it battle fatigue. And
you mean the veterans?
Well, they call it PTSD, but call it battle fatigue or whatever you want. But it affects some people. I think I do not watch war movies because it reminds you what you did, what you went through, and you try to wash that out of your mind.
As we talk about your experiences today, and I don't want to lead you. I mean, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. It's just, have you talked about it over the years, or is this something that just recently you're able to talk about, or what's your own experience?
A lot of schools wanted somebody to come out and talk about their war experiences, and when I got out of college, I took architecture. I got a Bachelor of Science in Architectural Engineering, and became an architect, got registered, and did a lot of schoolwork. And I did some schools at Riverton, and they asked me to come out and talk about my experiences, which I did. And my granddaughter, she is in Chatham, and when she was at the middle school, her history teacher wanted to know if any of the students had anybody that had been in World War II. And so, of course, my granddaughter says, "Oh yes," So I went out and talked with them, but that's the only two that I've talked about it, and I have kind of refrained from. Everybody says, "Well, when you talk about it, you're grandstanding. You're bragging about what you did." Well, I don't brag about it. I'm glad I went over there and did what I did, but
In years to come, could be 50, 100, 200 years from now, and the people of the future look back and see these interviews, what would you want them to understand about this experience?
Well, that we still think that America, United States, is the greatest country and that we go over there and lay our life on the line for our country.
Obviously, you felt it was important. What are your thoughts on the fact that now Europe has had a pretty long stretch, 60-something years of peace since then?
Well, I think they got used to getting their cities bombed out, and they got them rebuilt. I don't think they want them bombed out. We have better bombs now. We can wipe out a city with one bomb, where before it used to take, several days of the English bombing at night, and we were bombing in the daytime to wipe out the towns. And unfortunately, they knocked down all the buildings, and that made the rubble for the Germans to hide in. So that made us to go dig them out.
After the war, did you keep in contact with any of the fellows that you had fought alongside?
No.
Like I said, at that point, everyone was kind of anxious to get back to just getting their life back on track.
Well, I wanted to get back as soon as I could, because when we were overseas, they told all of the veterans over there, the soldiers, that if they had gone to college, that they needed to write their college and get on, the line to go back and finish the year or 2 years or whatever it was that they needed to complete their college. And when I got back, I was lucky enough that because I was a wounded veteran, I got priority over the other veterans, which I don't know that was really fair, but that's the way they did it.
Well, Harry Fernandes, it's an interesting story, and we appreciate your service and appreciate you taking the time to share your stories with us on the Illinois Channel, so that those who can watch this now and in the future will have a better understanding of what some of the grunt soldiers through World War II went through.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much.
You're watching the Illinois Channel, an independent nonprofit corporation formed to provide gavel-to-gavel coverage of Illinois state government and other public affairs events taking place across Illinois. If you have any comments or questions on our programming, please email us at illinoischannel@aol.com. Or if you have any questions about the Illinois Channel, please visit our website at www.illinoischannel.org.